So the first exercise up here is pretty simple, but it does demand some balance, and it also will teach us a very critical biomechanical requirement, which is a hip hinge. So it's called the single leg RDL. What you want to do is you want to hinge. Pretending that there's a drawer behind you that's open, you're going to close it with your butt. Then you reach forward, but at the same time, you kick back the opposite leg and engage the glute on that side, lifting it up to create a bit of a counterbalance. So your goal is to see if you can get even up to 10 without losing your balance or having that other foot have to contact the ground. Next exercise is something that we call a squat and reach. And what we do is we get down to the ground like this, down to a squatting position, and we anchor our elbows into the sides of our knees, okay? And then from here, we post up on one hand, reach up and rotate, and follow it with your head as you go up as high as you can to the sky. Now the goal here is to try to hold this position for up to 60 seconds. That is what is lost when we get into these chronic positions like this, right? With our devices at our computers, we get to this rounded thoracic spine, this upper portion of the spine. Doing this will give us the mobility that we're lacking. So the next thing is something we call a sumo squat stance. It's a squat stance hold, and it's based off of something called the horse stance, which again, we work on getting hip mobility and hip stability, right? And again, we're gonna still work on the hip in all three planes. So what we do is we get down, feet wide, and squat down into this position here. Now the beginner version of this is to simply keep your elbows on your thighs for a little bit of support. But what I wanna see is tall of a chest as I can get, the same way that we just did through that rotation, to maintain that area of the spine, that thoracic spine, and getting extended. Because we know that when that spine is extended, the shoulders will go with it, and the posture will get away from this position and more to this open, upright position. If we don't do it in that beginner format, then what we're gonna do is cross the hands over, okay? Get in that down position, reach up and out, okay?